Hi everybody, it's Jeanette with Country Design Styles. Welcome everybody. I've got YouTube over here, I've got Facebook here, and I'm also filming from up above. So lots of things going on here this morning. It's fun. So welcome everybody. Please, this is our craft table. All of us, if you want to share this with someone that you think might enjoy, just simple, fun, easy DIY projects, go ahead and share this. It's fine. I don't mind. In fact, I love it. More table or hello, Carol. More people around the craft table is always a good thing. Beehive. I've got kind of a soft rope that I got at Walmart. I think I may have got it at Home Depot, but I don't have the bag for it, but it's the soft. It's not stiff. It's almost more of a thick twine more than a rope. And I've got, it will probably take about 3 feet to do this project, but maybe a little bit more. So I'm going to use that. I've got a little bit of black paint, a small paintbrush. Oh, and I didn't even show you. This is what I'm going to make. I am going to change this one though, because I want to update the top of it just a little bit to kind of show you how I finish it off. But this is where I've gotten started so far. And then I also have some craft glue upside down in a bottle so that way it's ready to pour. And then I have just a little bathroom cup. These are kind of like the Dixie cups. You could use a paper. This one happens to be plastic, but this is just a little plastic Dixie cup. And I'm going to make sure I bring you down to the table there so you can see everything really well. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is turn the cup upside down. I'm going to take some craft glue, and I've got a couple of, you'll probably know where I'm going with this, but I've got a couple of tips along the way, so watch, because it's one thing I do on my videos. I always try to give extra tips as I go along. So I'm going to take my craft glue, and why I like this craft glue, get a really tacky glue, and what that means is that's going to dry up a little bit faster than some of your other glues will. Take one end of your rope, and I want to kind of start it in that little circle thing. So go ahead and grab it like this and go ahead and get it kind of started. I just realized YouTube over here is not quite on my craft table. I just put a dollop of glue on there. You could take your finger and rub in, but I think I got it covered pretty well. Okay. And then I'm going to set that right kind of eyeball the center of it. Doesn't have to be perfect. That's the thing I love about DIY. Nothing has to be perfect. In fact, sometimes the more imperfect, the better off it is. And then just take it and start rolling that around like a cinnamon roll, right on top of your Dixie cup. Or your plastic cup. I guess I shouldn't say Dixie cup, because it may not even be a Dixie cup. I don't know. It's just, you know, those bathroom cups, they were always Dixie cups to me, whether or not it was that brand or not. It's like Kleenex and tissues. Okay, get us started there, and then what I want you to do is just set it aside for just a minute. And then what I'm going to do, I have a little bit more of that same rope. This is the other end of it. I'm going to take a little bit extra, and I am going to cut about 3-inch piece from this. While that is sitting there drying just a little bit, just because I don't want to fight it, give it a few minutes and let it dry. I'm going to cut about 3 inches away. Yeah, it's a little bit smaller than what I thought. That's about 2.5 inches. But that'll do. I'll make it do. I'm going to take, again, my glue, and I'm going to put it right on the very tip end of that. Okay? And I'm going to wrap that around and let that sit. Now, if I was smart, I would have had a clip or something to kind of get that going. What I'm going to do instead, because I didn't get one, is I'm going to set it aside, and I'll keep an eye on it and make sure that it curls up here in a minute. I don't even have a piece of tape over here, do I? Okay, I'm going to just set that aside, because that'll start getting tacky, and I can come back to it and kind of tighten it up a little bit. You may hear some barking, and I do apologize. I'm going to close the door. Hold on just a moment. Okay. Hey, these are not, you know, I always tell people, I do crafts, and, you know, we may have dogs barking. We may have something going on. They're not fancy and recorded or anything like that. They're just kind of, this is what I'm making, and I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you make one too. Okay, now this is set up enough that I can go ahead and start working with the rest of it. Now what I want to do is make sure I get enough glue to kind of go around the edges here. Okay, I'm kind of starting to fall down on the cup, but I'm not really going to go in a circle now. I'm going to take it and just go all over the cup. Now this is kind of a tall cup, so I'm going to actually cut it down at the end just so you know. I'm going to use my scissors and cut it down a little bit. And I'm just getting the glue, tacky glue, all over my cup. Just like that. Sprinkle it all over. Now, here's my tip for you guys. Here's a good tip. Since this is already kind of dried to a certain extent, I could pull that off if I want to, but it's kind of sitting there being hive, staying in this place. I'm going to set this down on my craft table, and I'm going to put my hand inside the cup, and I'm going to kind of start curling this around and turning the cup to start off with. That kind of sets the stage for it to kind of start creeping up on the cup just a little bit. And I've made a couple of these now, and this seems to work best for me. Get it started. Now, after you get it started a little bit, then you can kind of pick it up and start wrapping the rope. And let the rope lay. Rope is a twisted thing. So it's you can feel it in your hand, it'll start twisting on you. That's okay, let the rope go where it wants to go. And I find that keeps things from kind of unraveling as you go. Just let the rope lie where it's comfortable, because otherwise it's just gonna fight you all the time. And let's not fight it. Okay, getting to the end of my rope. Okay, and then now I could keep going, but I actually stopped because of this rib on here. I didn't want to keep going and have to fight hiding that. So what I did is I got to a point where I stopped. I'm going to hold it there for a few minutes. I'm going to take my scissors and I'm just going to cut that off. I don't want it there. I don't want to fight the rib. I could keep going and fight that. I just don't feel like it. So I'm going to cut it off. I'd rather just cut it away than to try to hide that ridge all the time. And while I'm doing this, I kind of glanced over. There we go. Make sure I get it all off. There we go. At my little circle, and it's kind of setting up pretty well. Okay, I'm kind of happy, but it's small, but that's okay. It's for small bees, right? Okay, so now I've got that cut away. I don't have to fight it. I can take the end of this, cut this off right there. Okay, so I've got that. Now just add a little bit of extra glue and tuck that end down inside there. I didn't set it on its upside down. There we go. I try to always put my glue back in there because that way, no matter what I'm doing, it's ready. I'm not sitting there fighting my glue. Okay, and then you can just kind of tuck that little end down inside there just a little bit, just to kind of hide that just a little. There we go. Isn't that cute? Now, what we're going to do is I'm going to kind of get my front. I want that where I tuck that in the back. So I'm going to find my front, and I'm going to kind of take a little bit of my craft glue. This is black. I chose black, and I would suggest black on this. Oops. And I've got my little brush, just a little artist brush. A flat one's kind of handy. And just a little bit of paint. Now I'm going to kind of carefully kind of eyeball that. I could take a pencil, draw on there, but I just don't want to. I just want to get this done. So I kind of started just a little bit of a black spot. And I can go a little bit wider. Make that a little bit bigger. Just like that. Okay, just that kind of little black hole. And then take more, I'm going to put the lid on this so I don't spill it. Because yes, I've been known to spill paint. I'm in our craft room up here. This is where I do all my crafting and inside type projects. If you have any questions, let me know. Hi, Linda. I haven't even said hi to people. I'm sorry. Joy, hi. Dylan, hi. Welcome. Now, take this little circle that we made and add a little bit of craft glue on it. Go around the circle on there. But yeah, I have been known, I've spilled a quart of paint, in fact, a whole quart on the wool carpet that we have in this craft room once. not a good thing. Yeah, I do suggest making the hole just a little bit bigger, but isn't that cute? Very, very cute. I made one of those and love it. Did you make it out of a little cup? I wanted a small one. I've seen them made, I got a little bit of cup showing here. I'm going to cut away. I've seen them made with soda bottles too, bigger ones. But I kept looking at my soda bottle thinking, oh, that's kind of big. I don't really want a big one. I wanted just some small ones. So I chose to make a small one. Now, on the top of these, I'm going to set this aside and let this dry. I'm going to use this one here because this one's completely dry, but I'll let that dry. Now, I kept looking at the top and I thought, well, I got a flat top. So what you can do if you want to add is just take some more glue, kind of start circling around in the center of that, and just add a little more rope to the top. Just circle it up around the top of that. I am to the end of my rope. Whoa. Okay, and do the same. This rope is getting really wonky right here because this is the inside part of it. But just bigger there. Just kind of keep adding a little bit more and a little more glue, and then just keep adding them. Now the thing about using a soda, did you use a soda bottle when you made yours? Just kind of keep going around. I would do this much neater, especially if I guess I could have used some of this rope. In fact, I think I will. We'll set that rope aside. Let's start over just a little bit here. Okay. This is put it in a mason jar. I've even got it wrapped around a spindle so it spins around in there, which is kind of fun. And you can watch that spindle spin in there. Yeah, just start back where you are and then just keep kind of piling it up on top of each other. And kind of keep coming onto the inside of your rope a little bit. And it kind of gives you don't want a pointed top, but you do kind of want more of a dome kind of a look. There, that's working out great. You could use hot glue, but this craft glue, you know, the only thing about the hot glue is it does dry faster, but you also get burnt fingers. So you gotta be careful with that. Although I use a kitchen rubber spatula when I use my hot glue, and I also have the fingertips, the little silicone fingertip things. So it does save your fingers just a little bit. Okay, tug that right up there. And there, now I've got my little more of a dome up on top, which I really love that. I think these are so cute. I can't wait to decorate with these. I think they'll be a lot of fun. So thank you guys for tuning in. I do creative, hopefully, and simple, big on simple, DIY home decor, farmhouse style, and I do it 9 o'clock. Now tomorrow, 9 o'clock, Monday through Friday, although tomorrow I will be a little bit early tomorrow. In fact, I might even do it at 8 o'clock in the morning because we have an appointment and life does happen. So, but I will be here tomorrow. So I'll put in a post on exactly what time I go live tomorrow. And please, if you want to, if you know somebody else who likes to do little crafting and easy, and I like to teach people to just get in there and just try it. And if it doesn't work out, take it apart and try again. You know, there's no mistakes in DIY. There's just opportunities to try again. Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate each one of you, and I will see you tomorrow. And again, I'll let you know for sure tomorrow morning exactly what time. Thank you guys. Bye. Hi everybody, it's Jeanette with Country Design Style.